Good evening, brothers and sisters. What I wanted to say tonight is something that I thought about the other week. I actually shared it in the meeting, one of the meetings, and it was new associations, that have came about, new people that I surround myself with, since I've been in recovery. Shut up, you fat ass. Eh? Betty Boos. You'll always be you, won't you? All right. Your show. This is my show, this. New associations. Git. Go on, gang git. Some of the people that I grew up with, some of the lads that I grew up with, good team of lads, solid team of lads, good team of lads, who I love, and I really love some of them like brothers. One lad in particular, he's on a little Her Majesty's holiday at the minute, but he was the best man at my wedding, I love him to bits. And he rang us up the other day and he said what I was thinking. It's what I was dying to say to him on the phone for weeks, but I couldn't build up the strength and the courage to tell him. I didn't want to tell him, and then he rang me and he said to me once, and I was in recovery. I told him I was in recovery and that, but I was only 3-4 weeks in, and I said, I was going to tell him this time on the phone, and he said to me, Danny, I'm just letting you know now, like I'm 2.5 years clean. He said, if I come out and you're going to be using and that like how you were, you're going to be off your nutting that, all the time. He said, I don't think I'm going to be able to, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to spend much time with you and that. And I was like, hallelujah. Like exactly what I wanted to say to him, because we were heavy in it together there. And I wanted to say the exact thing to him, what he said to me. And I was just like, wow, that's class, that, mate. Thank you. I love you, brother. I said, that's exactly where I am now. And that's exactly where I am with a lot of the lads that I grew up with. We have that one thing in common, even though I do love some of them, and not all. This doesn't apply to every one of them, because there's a good handful of them I can still spend a lot of time with without using, because I love them. But there's so many of them. I mean, the main thing we had in common was getting off our nuts. That was the main thing that we had in common. So now I distance myself from them purposely. In recovery, it's all about just for today. It's all about doing everything in your power that day, not to use. And surrounding myself with them type of people and them environments, it's not good for me. It's not good for the person that I want to be. It's not good for the person that I'm trying my best to be. Because these miracles, they don't happen overnight. It's what I want. And it's slowly coming naturally. But sometimes you've got to go along with this. You've got to fake it a little bit. You've got to go along with it because you know what's good for you and what's not. Stop snoring, you. You know what's good for you and you know what's not. So it's like, I distance myself from them people for a reason, for my own benefit, so, and in fairness, since I've gone to fellowship, I said this as well in a share the other night, I feel closer to some of them people in that fellowship than I ever have some of the people that are supposed to be like mates that I've grew up with, and I've known all my life. I feel closer to some of them people in the fellowship because they want what I want. They want to be clean and they've got my best interests at heart. But my best interest at the minute is recovery. They've got them interests at heart, you know what I mean? And some of the support and that you get off them, it just blows your mind. The care and the concern that they show you, like I say, it blows your mind. And it's all about new associations, living life on life's terms, and like it says, recovery will not shelter you from the storms of life. It doesn't. It's just a new way of dealing with things, and it doesn't happen overnight. I'm still far from the finished article. I haven't even started my step work. I've just started it next week. I've got my sponsor for a while and went up and told him my life story and that tonight, and it felt good, getting that new closeness, that new thing with him. It felt mint. And that's what it's thing. It's everything's new. My intentions are new. My emotions are new. My circle of friends is new. My associations are brilliant. They're healthy, healthy associations, you know, not drug using associations, you know, and I'd like to see a lot of my lads who I know, mates, you know, I'd like to see a lot of them down the fellowship because they need it. I needed it for years, but I failed to recognise. But, yeah, new associations, you know, just, you know, concentrate on new associations, living life on life's terms. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Bye-bye for now. Happy Thursday. Sleep well, everybody. I'm having an early one.